Hi everyone, Liz here, thanks for stopping by. So I've got some completion reviews to show you. They're all special drills, so yeah, my favourites. And Christmas, yay. So I'm working on as much Christmas as possible to get as many Christmas things done as possible because the house has to look blingy. And these have all come to me in PR packages over the last couple of months from onedaysaving.com. And yeah, I've been working with them for a while, and yeah, they've let me choose some fantastic products, and I don't know what I love the best, albeit I think the funny and quirky and animal lover of it in me really likes the cow. Is that not just a brilliant cow? Can you imagine if you just walked up to a field of cows and then there's all the cows are wearing little Christmas hats? It'd be fab. Oh dear, then I'll be singing, "We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas." Okay, so where shall we start? Let's start with the wreath. This is the acrylic wreath that I got with the snowman on it and the bow. I didn't realise actually that the bow was like the blue and the gold and the silver, but it works really well. I can honestly say I wouldn't have put those colours together, but seeing it all together now, and particularly seeing it from a distance, and when you get the sparkle, the blue's like the shading, and I don't really put gold and silver together very often, but I just think that's really, really pretty. And look at those snowflakes. How much bling is on one snowflake there? That is superb. They all went down really easily, plenty of spare drills and plenty of stick, goodness me. And I do like the fact that we've just got the little cardinal there, just that little pop of red. I was going to change Snowman's nose to orange, but I decided it was adding another colour into something that's quite a cool colour palette. So I wanted to just leave it to match in with the cardinal. So it just sort of draws your eye from there across to here and then round, and your little snow scene there. Oh, yeah. When we used to get quite a bit of snow when the kids were a bit smaller, and we had actually 2 dogs, then yeah, we used to go out. I mean, we never had a house that looked like that, goodness me, never in my wildest dreams, but we did used to go out and play in the snow with the kids and the dogs, and it was great fun. So yeah, that's a long time ago. But I just think that is wonderful. Really, really pleased with it. Now, they did send a cord to go with it. Let me just open the little packet and get the drills out as well. Okay, look at me being organised, putting them all back in the proper packets. Yeah, when I got it, I did say I didn't think there was anywhere to hang it up, but I think I have since. Yeah, there is one little hole there that you can hang it up through, just where I've got my finger there. So you would just hang it with the cord, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think because this snowflake is quite large and we have got quite a darkish pattern there, I'm going to see what command strips look like and possibly use command strips. The only thing is, obviously, the pattern is printed on the back. So you've got to be careful when you're taking anything sticky off that it doesn't then take the pattern off the back, because, you know, particularly with partials and with special drill, a lot of the pattern, although you've got the drills on, there is the pattern sort of underneath as well. So you don't want that coming off because you're going to lose the effect. But yeah, I'm going to give that a go because I think I want this flat on the wall rather than hung up. I suppose you've got quite a good centre of gravity there if you were wanting to put a hanger. And if you get the command strips, do hangers now as well, which is fantastic. Little hooks that you can stick on the wall and then take off afterwards. I've got them all over. I tell you, wait till you get to see it all. I've got a few more to do though. Well, quite a lot to do before you get to see it. So yeah, so you could actually hang it on a hanger just there. Because if you get this like silver ones, they don't really show up very much. So I may do that, but I'm really pleased with how that's come out. And it will need sealing. At the moment, I'm doing an experiment. I'm not sealing them before I put them up. So I'm seeing how much dust I end up getting on them. It's all right at Halloween because you can just say it's part of the decoration if you get dust and cobwebs and things on things. But at Christmas it needs to be sparkly and bright. But I thought I'd give it a go, and then maybe when I take them all down before I put them away, I will seal them. But I am going to leave maybe a couple and not seal them. And then when I get them out next year, I can see whether it's made a huge difference by not sealing them. I do think that the drills are likely to move or get knocked or whatever. As I say, they're always nicely stuck down, but then if you get something, a weight or something put on them, or a piece of card or something that shoves up against them, they are eventually going to move because, you know, it is just a glue underneath and a lot of pressure will move them. So sealing stops that, but yeah, we'll see. So yep, and that one, as I say, was One Day Saving. It was £8.78, and that was in my PR package in November. There was 10 different gems and colours. And yeah, I absolutely love it. So thank you, One Day Saving. Ermin's really, really good to me. She sends me some fantastic things. So that will be going up. And I do like as well this one, that only where the drills are is sticky as well. None of these bits are sticky. Sometimes you get them and they're sticky all over it. So they put the glue all over. And then you you do have to seal it because everything's really, really sticky. You know, if you put a card or anything on top of it, it's going to stick. So yeah, but anyway, that's that one. Let's just take my special drill gems out. So I've got my clear silver to go in my clear silver bag. We've got some red and blue. So it wasn't many colours, this one. It was a very muted colour palette, and my black wants to go in my black jar. So we are just literally the 3 sizes of your clear teardrops with your iridescent coating on. Oh no, that one hasn't got an iridescent coating on, pardon me, but those 2 have. So we've just got your 3 sizes of teardrops there. So they will need to go in my special storage, and they need to go in my jars. And then these will just, look, these are trying to escape. Look, I've not closed that one up properly. And they're all trying to get out. They're saying, yay, it's Christmas, let's have a party. Nope, you are not coming out. So because I'm not using this, I will keep it for something else. I've got some key rings that have got like threaded cord with gold running through them. And I may use this instead rather than it being so blingy. So yeah, it's always handy to keep things. You know what I'm like, crafter, keep everything. And then they will just go into my normal drill storage until I can get them colour matched and put away. Okay, so we'll have a look at the moo cow next, because I think that about everything, don't I? I absolutely love it. Well, I do. What can I say? He's just so happy and so friendly, and he's mooing away there. Have you ever seen a cow with such a huge smile and big eyelashes? I mean, it's just wonderful. Just really makes me smile. I love the fact that it's got the stars inside the little stars. I like the 2-tone of the wreath going round. Have I missed one there? No, it's just the pattern. He's got his little horns, look, are silver. We've got silver, and then we've got ABs on. Oh no, his horns are AB, sorry, they're a white. And then they've got the Aurora Borealis, the iridescent coating on. And then we've got silver for there, look. Little pink nose. I'm not surprised it's pink in this weather. Not quite sure why he's got blue ears. But I went with it. I thought, oh, what the heck. Maybe he's very, very cold. That's why he's got his hat on, so because his ears have gone blue. His nose has gone pink and his ears have gone blue. But yeah, this is one that I may put on mount board, but I have got a frame as well that I may put it in. But I'm not going to cut this one out because that is just too intricate to cut out. Plus you've got like the little drop bits and you've got all the bits around here. And whereas on paper or card, it's a little bit easier to cut out. On canvas, when you start getting really close up and cutting, it can start fraying. So it's something that, yeah, I won't be doing that. I have got a couple of different frames. I've got a 30 by 30 frame, but as you can see, it won't stretch round because this is a true 30 by 30 frame, so that won't work. So I need one that's just that little bit smaller, and I do believe that these were, I bought these a while ago from Amazon. I have got an unboxing on the channel. You get all the little bits and pieces with it. So let's just have a look in here. It took ages to put it back in the box. It was like putting a jigsaw away. Honestly, so many different bits and pieces. So let's have a look. Sorry, that is the chair squeaking again. Honest, I'm sticking to that story. So, oh right, okay. So we've got quite a bit of to do on this. Right, so let's have a look. So we want 4. I think they're all the same, so we can put those away. So we want another, do we need 4 of those? 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 2 frames that I got in this set, so I'll put 1 set away. So that's quite handy. And then all the bits come in a dinky little doodah box, which is very handy. You know, I like my little boxes to put things in. Okay, so we've got that frame there. Right, let's just finish looking at this and have a look at these drills as well before I go on to framing. I might have a go at doing it while I'm on camera. Famous last words. So yeah, again, this was from One Day Saving. It's 13 different gems and colours. This was, I ordered this one in August. I fell in love with the Christmas cow in August. It was £3.94. And yeah, they say it's a 30 by 30, but as we know, once they actually come, they are only like 24 or 25 by 25 on the inside. The 30 by 30 is the canvas size. And yeah, I love the drills. I love the little flowers. I think the little pop of like the pink and red flowers here just makes the colour, just breaks up all that green and gold and yellow. It just gives a little bit of extra interest, and I do like the hanging stars, but yeah, I just love that face. Yes, definitely a wonderful little character. So we got some red ones and some stars. Obviously, with it being a special drill, there's no DMC numbers with it, so I put it into my storage. So that's 3. I don't know that there was any others. And we've got the ABs, they want to go into my ABs. I've got my silvers to go into my silver jar. And then I think the rest, I mean, to be honest, considering it's only just a small wreath, there was a lot of colour, and I always think that shows a bit more quality because you get a bit more to it if there's more colours. So that's your, just your standard, but look how many are left. There really is a lot of gems left. No trouble about running out on this one. Really, really good. Okay, so put my silver with my other silvers over there. Put my blacks with my blacks over there. So I'm not quite sure where he's got blue ears, but I'm going with it. What can I say? And then my 3 specials, I'll go over there as well. If I get, I'll see how long the video is, and I may put my specials away. Otherwise, I will do one big pudding special drills away after Christmas because I'll have a lot. Believe me, I am doing a lot. So let's have a look at this. Okay, so I think this is one where this might not work because of the way it's being cut. I believe. Putting it that way. So I think we're going to be, can't quite see that, can you? I think we're going to be sticking these like this. See, these are sort of made for a 30 by 30 that's only a 25 by 25, and like that. And then you will cut these corners and then fold them in so that it actually makes a frame. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so let's give it a go. Famous last words. Oh dear. Right. So let me peel this off. Okay. So we'll get the first one put on first. So we want it if we can. Let me just fold up to that line there. See if we can get that line straight, and then we know where we are. Okay. Excuse me. Let's do it that way so I can see it better. Stick it. Oh, the shadows aren't helping either. So let's, actually, if I do it that way, look. Stick it to there. Like that. And then pull it up that way. Okay. pretty. Now I know why I use the magnetic frames, because they're a lot easier. I'm trying to get it so that when it's hung on the wall, I've not got the black showing. Okay. Now then, the only thing with this is I'm going to lose my little key code off the side. Yeah, you'll lose the key code off the side. Okay, never mind. Right, let's see if we can, you're going to see it as well. I might have to use nail varnish remover, but let's do this, how it goes. Bear with me, because I've not used one of these before, so we're doing it together. Oh, doing it for the first time on camera may not be the best idea, but anyway, so yeah, you see that one's quite a bit longer going round there, so they're not quite straight, these, but that's okay, we can work with it. So now we want this one right up against there. I should really have marked where they were, shouldn't I, so that I can see which way around, see whether I'm getting the right square or not. But I don't think they're overly sticky, so that if I end up with them not quite square, I can take them off and just move them about a bit. Okay, so then this one is a very, very small one, so actually I should have folded these first. I'm doing this so you can learn by my mistakes. Yeah, probably it would have been a lot easier to do it that way, Liz. Fold it all first, and probably use a bone folder as well, a card scorer bone folder, and that would have made it that little bit better as well. And where's that one? Gosh, that's a really deep, oh no, so we have got these in the wrong place, right? So okay, let me just do that again, try not to get any dust on those. So let me just, should have done this one first, because this has got the deepest border on it. Okay. Right, so that has to go up to there. It can't go any further than there. So, oh, it's all a learning curve as to what we're doing and how we're doing it. Okay, so that one can now go on there, because this is a very small border. Now then, have I just put that, gosh, that was lucky, I just put that down on the diamond painting as well. Were you all shouting at me saying, Liz, you put it on top of the diamond painting, what are you doing? You're going to take all your gems off. Oh, that would have been fun, wouldn't it? Oh dear. That might have been a lot of very naughty words. So that's that better. Okay. So let's have a look at this one now. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Right, so we are going to put this one here. Okay, and they more or less match up. I'm not far out. Okay. So that one way, yeah, that's okay. So we want to put that one down there. It's just this one that's going to be a little bit of a dinky doodah. I may have to put some of the tape back over it, the cover back over it, because it's going to be hanging out a little bit. You see what I mean? So let's just line that up there. I'm sure there is an easier or a better way of doing this, but let's just go with it and see where we end up. Okay, right, let me just move that picture, because that is sticky, and if I end up with it, oh, we're stuck to the desk, look. So we've done that bit. Okay, right, so now we need to pull the corners in to go. Don't you cut it then? I would have thought it would be better to cut it. Pull the four corners of the canvas. Ooh, because that's, unless they're doing it that way, maybe putting it like, oh, maybe they're pulling it, yeah, they are, they're pulling it in like that. So So that's that one. So that works quite well, look. Pulling the corners in like that, but that's only going to work on the ones that have got a decent corner, which is these two. So I need to pull that in there. Okay, yeah, you see you've got your writing on, which I'm not keen on, but anyway, never mind. And then we need to pull that in there. That one's not pulled in very well. Let's pull that in there. Okay, actually I quite like these. I do like this idea. It is just literally the fact that this canvas is a little bit short on this side. Okay, so it's a little bit skew width as well. But, I think that's come out quite well. Okay, so what do we do now? We have to put the corners in. So now we're going to put these corners in to hold it, and they go into these little slots. So that is going to stay. DIY Liz. Oh, yeah, I'm quite impressed with this. Quite impressed with this. She says not being able to get this corner in. Got to get it, and I suppose by pushing it further down, and it's keeping it that bit tighter in the corners as well. It's not going in very well. Let's try it the other way up. Okay, it's just getting it going, as it were. Seems a bit tight. Let's see. Right, when you discover that the wooden corners that they've given you are actually too wide to go in the slat. I know you don't want them too loose, but heck, you don't want them as tight as that. I've even got my little craft hammer out, look, to have a go. Isn't that cute? My little dinky little doodah hammer. Yeah, these pieces of hardboard, or MDF as they are actually too wide to go in those gaps, and they are not working very well. Yeah, they're just coming out all the time. They're just not holding because they're just too thick. And I don't think there's anything I can do about that, because it's not like you can shave a bit off MDF. It's like compressed wood chippings and sawdust all put together, so it's not going to work very well. Oh dear, that's sad. But I think we do have some little corner pins as well that we can put on this. Yeah, we do. So these may work a bit better. Yeah, let's put those in. Yeah, they work better, so I'm going to abandon those, I'm afraid, because they're just too thick. Yes, not good. Okay, but these work. Keep it nice and straight. I'm impressed with these. Yes, I am impressed with these. Okay. Oh, yeah, you didn't know you were coming to watch a DIY video, did you? Okay, last one. There it is. So it's a very comprehensive little kit, this. Plenty in it, so let's just pop that one in as well. You do need a little bit of strength to be able to put this together, but yeah, I think that's quite good. Oh, I've not quite lined it up at the bottom there. That's a shame, but I'm going to have to use something to just cover over those edges anyway. But yeah, that's my little cow frame. Yeah, it's a shame about these, but I don't really think we need them. But I will get in touch with the manufacturer and say that's not good, that's not good. So this was from somebody, as I say, on Amazon. It wasn't from One Day Saving. They do have frames, but these were just a little set I wanted to try, and I thought, oh well, I've got this one, I'll give it a go. But yeah, so that's my little mocha wall framed, ready to go on the wall. And you even get, look, all the little hooks. So what's that then? That hasn't got a hook on it. How do you do that then? They push into the wall like a push pin. They usually have like a little hook on the end, don't they? I don't know how they work. What do they do? Oh, it doesn't tell you. Okay, it shows you this one. Which just screws onto the back here. Which I may or may not use, because I do tend to use command strips rather than anything. But then you've just got your little screws to pop in there as well. Okay, but that's fine. Right, so I shall leave those bits for now. And put that back away in there. So we've done a bit of framing. Yeah, I'll cut these edges off as well, I think. That's just a little bit of an edge. But that was definitely worth having a go. I do like the way it pulls the corners in. I think that's quite clever. Okay, so that's our little mocha wall framed and ready to go on the wall. It's a little bit not quite square, but it'll look okay on the wall. Right, and let me put my hammer out the way. And then finally, I've just finished this one this morning, and I thought, oh, I started it last night, and I thought, oh, I'll do it this morning, and then I'll do a video, because I thought you might like to see this one as well. And this is one of the plate designs, 14 different gems and colours, and I just think it's come out so pretty and so well. Really like that. And the gems, even though these gems here are round, they actually, because of the background, look square, and I think that's really clever. I like that. And these are pine cones, fair cones from your pine trees in the middle. I wasn't quite sure what they were, and it wasn't until I put the brown gems on, the brown crystals, that I realised. And I like the border, and then we've got a full yellow, sort of goldy lemon AB border. So it's a gem with an Aurora Borealis coating on. So yeah, it's just so much sparkle. And the little birds, look, little bluebirds. And the little squirrel. He ought to have had a brown one, shouldn't he? So that it was like a nut rather than a red one. Might have to swap that one out for a brown one. In fact, let's do that now. Let's do that now, so that this squirrel has a nut rather than a berry. I suppose they do eat berries, but they prefer nuts, don't they? So again, lots of gems left. Oh, that's the little note. This one was £4.40, and I got this in my last PR package from One Day Saving. So yay! We've got more ABs there. We've got some large rounds. And our standard reds, I think, is that? No, that's green. We're looking for the browns. Little stars, like the stars. Some slightly larger silvers, some slightly larger reds. And then these are all your standard crystals. And they're the browns. Okay, oh, some silver stars. Yeah, it was gold and silver stars in this one. And my silvers that'll go in my silver jar. So let's just pop those over there. Right, so we want this little one off there. Oh, it's a larger one. Oh, now then. It might not look right. Oh, how have I got a larger? Let me have a look. Could do with my silver one, but it doesn't really want silver, does it? Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So I don't know if I've got any brown. I've got orange. Let's have a look. Where's orange? Where's orange? Orange, large rounds. Oh no, I've only got, oh heck. So what can we do? Oh, we've got that one. We've got that one. Would that throw it off a bit? let's have a look in the others. Let's have a look in the Craft Buddy ones and see what we've got. See if we've got anything we can use. So I thought he was going to be a small one, but he's not. It's a slightly larger one. So these are all blues, reds, greens, purple, red, gold, red, blue. No. We've got a pale gold. Do you know, I think I'm going to have to stay with it being the berry. Mind you, if that's a berry, that's nearly as big as that squirrel's head. Goodness me. Just trying to think what else I could possibly have that would look... No, I haven't. Out of all these gems I've got nothing I can swap out. Stars. Let me just look at the orange again and see. Do we think the orange would look better? Look more like a pumpkin, wouldn't it? No, I'm going to swap it out for the orange. I'm going to swap it out for an orange one. It matches the squirrel, but as I say, it's a huge berry. Goodness me, if you've got a berry that size, it's nearly the size of the squirrel's head. So, oh, that looks better. Yeah, it's holding an orange one. Okay, so not brilliant, but better than it was. I know you've got to go with the colour palette and everything that you've got there. But yeah, it's very, very pretty. I love the silver and the red on the tree and all the presents. It just all really came together. I love it when you start seeing detail. And I love the pattern on this plate as well. So this one I'm actually going to put onto mount board. I'm not going to frame this one. I could use one of these frames again. But I'm not going to. I want this one as a round plate. So we'll cut it out first. Okay, it don't matter if it's not straight because I'm not keeping these edges, but I think if I can get some edge off first, it will just make it that bit easier for cutting the circle. Okay. See, this one would have been ideal because these four edges are actually practically the same size, so this would have fitted onto one of those frames a lot better. But I don't like the white. I don't mind the white on this because I think there's enough colour, and the way it's positioned with the stars hanging at the bottom, there's enough on this to not mind about the white and needing something in the background. But these, I do think with the stark white, just takes away from the actual plate picture on this one. Okay, so I want one of my little key codes and my little details to go in my logbook, and I will put those into there. Okay, and these can all now go into the bin. And then I'm going to attempt to cut this out. Actually, cutting these out isn't bad. If you just sort of angle your scissors so it touches the gems but sort of goes a bit underneath them, then you don't end up with a white edge. It's just a case of angling and getting underneath. Don't try cutting straight down. Try cutting a little bit like if you've ever done soft toys and you're doing fair fabric, trying to get underneath the fair. So you keep the on top fair, but you cut the underneath fabric, as it were. A little bit like that. I know what I'm talking about. Yes, I used to make soft toy animals. Started when I was about 13, I think. 12 or 13. And went right through till I was about 18, making hundreds and hundreds of soft toy animals. And when I do anything, I always go overboard and buy everything and do lots. And yeah, then I sort of started doing other things, and then I got married and other things take over. Okay, so we're just getting this round this corner. It's quite sticky on this edge, so I'm trying to not get my scissors too gunked up, and I'm not using my posh scissors, am I? I've got my rainbow, well, my ladybird scissors out for this one, not my rainbow scissors. Okay, let's just get that, and then I can just flatten the gems. You want to keep enough material so that you're not, I'll just take that off, so your gems are still going to stick, but you end up with no white edge showing. So it's just a case of taking it slowly. So just angling your scissors underneath there. I have done this before. I did do an owl clock, which I think actually also came from One Day Saving, and I have got a video of me putting that onto foam board and making that clock up. Yeah, and I've still got it, but it does tick very loudly. So I was going to have it in my craft room, so that, you know, it was always there, but because it ticks so loudly, I thought you wouldn't really want to listen to a ticking clock while I'm making videos. So yeah, do you know the hardest part is actually cutting the mount board, because it's such a strange material. It's so bouncy, and it takes quite a bit of cutting to get straight edges and things. You end up with strange shapes on it. Okay, be careful when you're cutting as well, because it is easy to cut drills in half. When I've been cutting edges before, I have actually cut drills in half. You'd think they'd be a bit stronger than that, but yeah, so don't you think that now looks better as a plate, and not with the white background? I think that's really pretty. Right, okay, mount board. Right, not all mount board is equal. This is my big A3 box that I have with my mount board in. I've got some black. Actually, let's give the black a go. I've not used the black. Or will that stand out too much with the white? No, I'll use the white. Yeah, it's like foam polystyrene sort of. Just move those a second. You can see foam polystyrene sort of squished in between, like a hard shell on the outside. And then I ordered some others, which I should have known because it was a lot cheaper. Well, not a lot cheaper, but it was cheaper. And I got this. And these are just basically polystyrene tiles. They're just so flimsy and there's no coating on them. Actually, I wonder, because they haven't got the coating on, it might stick that little bit better. Okay. Now I would use a spray adhesive. I've got this from Crafter's Companion. It's called Stick and Stay. But if you are going to spray this, always do it outside, because believe me, it is exceptionally sticky and you don't want to be breathing this in or getting it anywhere near anybody with breathing problems, or getting it on your furniture or anything, because it will just leave a layer of glue on everything. But I've found it's the best thing to stick onto foam board, mount board. So this, we'll give this one a go. I say this is quite hard to cut because the edges tend to fray a little bit. Yeah, it's also what I use as the dividers in my boxes, and then I just put a little bit of tape. This is just masking tape over the top there, just to stop it from catching the edges. So we'll give this one a go and see what happens. Right, for the sake of this, actually, I'm just going to use double-sided tape, which I don't really recommend, because I find it dries out and it does go very yellow. But just to give you an idea of what I'm doing, I will just use this double-sided tape for now, and we'll see whether it cuts out properly or not. Okay. You can use whatever you want to use. I mean, I've got some book binding glue, which is very good for sticking. Right, let me just get some tweezers. And we'll see if we can just get underneath this tape, because it tends to, the resistance on the canvas is well, it doesn't, the cover doesn't, the tape doesn't stick to the canvas as much as it sticks to like the carrier sheet, so it's a case of getting them separated. But if you use tweezers, it tends to work that little bit better. So let's just, yeah, that's worked. If you leave it a couple of seconds as well, you know, don't just put it down and then try pulling it up straight away. If you leave it a few seconds, you'll tend to find it'll stick more to where you want it to be, and then the cover sheet comes off that little bit easier as well. This could all go horribly wrong, but it's not going to affect the actual diamond painting. It just means I'd have to take the backing off and we'd have to start again. So that's stuck down on there. I've done it so that it butts up to that there and that there, so there's less that we have to cut. Right, let me find a glass cutting mat. Right, so for whatever reason, I don't know where I've put my A3 glass cutting mat. Put it in a safe place and it's vanished. So I've just got a really cheap sort of Stanley knife. Well, it's not a Stanley knife, but it's a craft knife. And I'm just going to, I think what I'll do first is just cut the excess off there. So that gets rid of that bit. And then that just gives us, if we can get that there. So if you get a nice sharp knife, it makes it that bit easier. And again, we're just going to go slightly under the drills. It doesn't matter if you get like a sort of a beveled edge going in there, as long as you've got that on there. So I will have to stick this properly afterwards, but I just want to get it on rather than having to stop and go outside because it's cold. Baby, it's cold outside. And I've just got a little bit of extra there. Okay. And then just do this corner here. Be very careful using these knives. So this one is a brand new one, so it's very, very sharp. Just take that bit off. Try and do it in smaller pieces as well if you can. I find that helps a little bit. And so, like I did with my scissors, I'm just angling my knife slightly so it just goes underneath the canvas, and you're just getting so the white doesn't show. You're just getting a little bit of a beveled edge. Okay. Just take any bits off that are showing through. It's not ideal. I would normally be right above this, but if I stick my head above it, then you're not going to be able to see. You'll just see the top of my head. So there you are. We have a circle. So it's not brilliant, but it doesn't need to be brilliant on the back. Let's just do that little bit there, a little bit more. And just take a little bit more off there. That's it. So we now have a plate, and then I will just use a command strip or something just to stick that onto the wall. Okay, I'm really pleased with these. I'm quite happy. Right, clear my mess up. So actually, although I was very disappointed when I got this, well, it's supposed to be foam board, but it's actually just polystyrene sheets. Gosh, do you remember, was it the 70s when everybody had this on their kitchen ceilings? And yeah, it was a real fire hazard. You just used to stick it up onto the ceiling. Oh, dear me, those were the days. Right, so let me just clear up a little bit. Get all my gems together. I'm not going to put these away into my special drill storage today because, yeah, I think this video has been long enough. I've probably blown your mind with my how not to craft. But I'll just put all these together. My silver, my blacks, that's the browns that want to go over there. So they want to go into my AB storage, they want to go in the silver, and they want to go in the black. And then they're all for my special drill storage. So I'll pop those in there for now. Okay, wow. So just a bit of extra fun added onto this one. So a huge thank you to One Day Saving for sending me these. As I say, I thought you would like to see them completed. We are coming up to that time of year. So we've got our lovely plate, which is very, very sparkly, which we've straightened out and popped onto just a piece of, I mean, you could use hardboard or whatever, but I tend to like the foam board, so you just get that little bit of a raised edge, so it's not completely flat on the wall. We've got our gorgeous wreath, which, yay! And then we've had a go at making a frame, which is our little moo cow, and that's come out really well. So I don't like the fact that we've got the edges showing, but if I maybe put him on the wall so that he's in a corner so you don't really see that. I don't think anybody's going to be able to see the top. It's just sadly the side. I know you can use nail varnish remover or properly, maybe rubbing alcohol. Yeah, rubbing alcohol. My mouth's not working. So yeah, okay. Again, big thank you to One Day Saving for letting me have these. These are all going to now go up into my Christmas display. Yay! We love Christmas. If you've enjoyed looking at these with me and you've had a bit of fun like I have looking at framing those, then a thumbs up is always much appreciated. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them in the comments down below. And if you would like to join our little family and come back and find out what I get up to next, then if you press that subscribe button down in the corner and the all notifications bell that pops up, you'll be notified when any of my videos come up and you won't miss anything. Yay! Okay, well, thank you ever so much for stopping by, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.